Guys, last week we closed with 5.4 profit. February has officially closed its doors. And the best part about this is that we closed with 19.4 profit. So it was a crazy month. We had our best week so far. I just have to tell you that reaching over 15% for the month is something that doesn't really happen that often. But when it does, it's pretty great. And we don't have to get too excited for them. Just because we had one great month doesn't mean the next one is going to be the same, especially when we have such a great wins. So what I'm trying to tell you is that our main goal from now on is just to maintain what we already have. In average, we make around 10% each month. So this is pretty great. And we'll have some months where we get above that average and we get something like this month, which is 19.4. I mean, last year we had a great month when we made over 26 point something profit in 1 month. These are the months where you get so excited, but that doesn't mean you have to change anything with your strategy, because the strategy can work some months better than others, and others can be worse than what you usually have. So yeah, overall, we're starting the year so strong. I mean, January we had around 12.2%, and in February we had 19.4%. So it's going pretty great. And to be honest, I can't really wait to see what March is holding for us. So I guess now it's time for the breakdown for the week ahead, because we have to be prepared for the month and start it strong. Okay, so now let's move to the breakdown, because we have to start the month prepared and knowing what we're looking for over the next weeks and months. As you can see, we have the same structure as we already went through the previous weeks. This hasn't changed because we haven't seen so much movement in the market. Overall, I've been waiting for the price to break through either one of these levels. However, as you can see, we've been ranging for the past couple of weeks. Now I'm expecting this week to be slightly different and to finally get this breakout of this ranging cycle. As you already know, the price is designed to take the highs and the lows in the market. Ranging is not its strongest habit. So overall, I'm going to be interested in just these areas right here. We already know we've been reaching this imbalance right here, and the price has started to pull back to the upside. Now, what I'm expecting is finally to get this breakthrough, either this high to be swept or this high. And in order to know which side is holding more power, we have to go on lower time frames and see what's happening there. So we're currently on the weekly, and I'm going to move down to the daily. On the daily chart, we can see that the price has reached this area and it has started to pull back to the downside. And the reason this happens is because it's reaching a high. And when a market is reaching a high or a low, it starts to pull back a little bit because it's facing more momentum where the price isn't sure if it's ready to break this high or low. So this is why it's starting to pull back to the downside. Another thing we can see is that here we have created some kind of equal highs, which means there's more liquidity than the liquidity we have on the lower side. And this is why I'm really expecting that the price is going to break this previous weekly high rather than the previous weekly low. Another confirmation for this is because we're still in an uptrend. We've got our market structure shift, the price has reversed from this demand area right here, and we've seen a strong movement to the upside. After this retracement to the downside, I'm looking for the price to go higher. So let's see on a lower time frame what this price action really looks like. Okay, onto the 4-hour time frame, I can see that we have this gap right here. So this is a potential area where the price might reach out and start pushing back to the upside. The reason why I'm choosing this area is because here we have a demand where the price has already retraced from. As you can see, the price has moved to the upside, and then we have this candle moving back to this demand area, and we have this strong push back to the upside. So we can say here we have a lot of volume, and these levels are holding strong momentum that is ready to push the price higher again. And this is our 4-hour fair value gap. And as you can see just right here, just below the previous monthly high, we have these equal highs. This is something that we consider as liquidity, and this is something I'm going to be expecting the price to take out. So now let's move on to a lower time frame and see what's happening there as well. Okay, so here what we have on a 2-hour time frame, and in this time frame I can see that the price has created this strong demand area right here. We've had some indecision, and then the price moved back to the upside. And what makes this a strong demand area is the fact that this is the exact candles that retraced back to the demand area right here and then reversed back to the upside. So we can say this demand holds a great volume. As you can see, we've reached already this demand. However, I'm gonna be looking for the price to reach out this fair value gap as well, because if we have a demand and a fair value gap inside this demand zone, this gives this area even more power. So this is why I'm gonna be expecting the price to go a little bit lower and then can reverse from this fair value gap. Overall, what we can see is that we've breached this liquidity right here. So we have our sell side liquidity being swept. So this liquidity has been swept. The price has already taken this liquidity right here as well. Seems like now we can be ready to look for reversals. And of course, the market can reverse from this area as well. So if we get a confirmation over the week, that's amazing. Otherwise, I'm going to be waiting for the price to reach this fair value gap and then look for confirmation to the upside. Okay, so let's see on even lower time frames. The first thing I see on the 15 minutes time frame is the imbalance we have over here and here. So this is so much imbalance. The market has to retrace and fulfill these gaps. Okay, so here we have this buy side liquidity that I expect to get taken out over the week. And of course, I'm expecting these gaps to be fulfilled at some point, and these ones right here. And overall, let's just see if the price will be able to take out these highs over the week, or we can be expecting these over the next weeks if the price hasn't really changed the structure that we have currently. Okay, so this is what we have on the 5 minutes time frame, and here's what I'm expecting. Now, the first thing is we've had our Asia session already. So over the night before our session on Monday, I'm expecting the price to go lower, take out these lows, reach this fair value gap, and then start reversing. And then we'll be looking for our golden confirmations on lower time frames and start looking for buys, because over this week, I'm really expecting the market to be bullish. We've been bearish for the last week, and this week seems to be just the opposite. So the first thing I'm going to be looking to take out is these highs. So this is another buy side liquidity that I'll be expecting the price to take out. Okay, so overall, this is what I'm expecting over the week to happen. Break out this low, reach our fair value gap, get our confirmations on lower time frame, especially in our sessions, London and New York session. The first thing I'm going to be looking to take out these highs. Second, fulfill this inefficiency, or at least reach that inefficiency. If you get some more confirmations on the price is strongly bullish, then we can be looking for taking out this buy side liquidity highs right here, and then finally take out these equal highs, and of course take out the previous monthly high, which means if we take the previous monthly high, the ranging cycle will be finally over, and that will mean that we have a strong bullish reaction. So I hope this was useful. I hope you're prepared for the month now. I hope you're prepared for the week ahead. Let's have another amazing week, and let's crush the month.